Hi and welcome back to the Clown's Pocket. This is the third and final video of my PowerPint T-shank hack series, and if you've seen the previous two videos then great. If you haven't, then you need to see at least video number 2 before seeing this one, or you will not understand common processes and you could permanently damage your multi-tool. So go back and see this video before carrying on. All right, thanks. Okay, so for files and scalpel holders, the first step is still the same. We need to remove everything below the 1 centimeter line, working from the T-bar downwards. Then we have to consider removal of the T-bar. So here on the saw, because the force when sawing comes in here, we only remove from one side. Here with the file, because the majority of the force comes from here equally, and the action is this way and this way, not this way, we remove it equally on both sides. I know that here we have a saw, but the saw is unlikely to get much use now, given the fact that I have dedicated metal saws. Right, so what we need to do with the file is basically remove enough material here on the sides of that T-bar so that we get like a 2 or 3 millimeter gap. Once we have removed material from here and here, and we have created the roof effect so that it holds better here in the arrowhead of the hex formation. This is exactly the same for the scalpel holder, although the force position is the same with the scalpel as it is for the saw. It's a lot less force, and it is more important to have the scalpel nicely centrally aligned for precision purposes. So we remove the material on both sides here, and also make the roof shape on the T-bars so that it fits in here centrally, exactly in the same way as it does for the file. All right, and finally, this is a small chisel attachment that I have made using a worn down metal saw. So basically what this means is that for jigsaw bits that are worn out and you would otherwise throw away, you can use them as blanks to create new tools. So here's the wire stripper, here the chisel. Okay, and similarly you grind down on both sides of the T-bar because the action is in that way. So there you have it. That's how we add scalpel holders, craft knife holders, whatever, and files, and even make new tools for the SOG PowerPint. All I need to do now is just add some glue for these, and away we go. All right, so now you can see how with a bit of imagination, a glue gun and a rotary cutting and grinding tool, we can bring a whole load of functionality from the higher categories like full size and heavy duty for this compact multi-tool. That obviously raises the question, what do we carry with it and how do we include it in a kit? This is largely a matter of personal preference. Obviously there are dedicated EDC pouches that can be used. Some people like putting everything into a mint tin. My own personal preference is this leather wallet purse with 2 compartments that I bought for about €10 at a medieval market, so that's about $12. But these are cheap, and I carry this inside my breast pocket, and the PowerPint, I will carry that, as I showed earlier on, in my main jean pocket using this clip. Okay, so what would I normally take with me with my PowerPint and in my pouch in my breast pocket of my shirt? So by default, I would take a wood saw, a metal saw, and a diamond and crosscut file, all of them in a separate pouch. If you don't have enough of these, you can make them just by taking packaging material, folding it over and then gluing it. So yeah, but it stops them damaging the pouch that they go in. So I would take those three. While I'm finding more field uses and testing out this chisel scraper that I made, I'd take that with me as well. And if I were then to be doing some craft work, then I would take the scalpel and maybe the precision saws, but not by default. If I am going to be assembling some furniture, maybe I would take the Leatherman ratchet, which fits in here very well. But again, to keep the weight down, I wouldn't take this with me by default. For those people who get tweezer envy from not carrying a Swiss Army knife, there are these additional tools here. This is a floss pick. It's better than any toothpick I've seen. A pre-threaded needle or a pin, a decent set of titanium tweezers, and a tiny pen. You could carry these in a pouch. I don't tend to because I already have these on another carry point, namely my wallet. But yeah, the option is there, and it stops you missing your Swiss Army knife so much. Moving on to the bits that I carry with the SOG PowerPint, I always carry a Ranger band here, and I have it wrapped by default around this head 3 times. That stops it opening like this in my pocket while it's in there. So some people put a magnet in here. I just use the Ranger band for that, and I like having the Ranger band with me so that when I am sawing or using a hex bit, I can just wrap it around the handle a couple of times, and it takes care of a lot of that pressure that I need to hold the tools in place. Also, as opposed to having an extender, I have these two interconnecting 4mm to 1/4 inch and back again hex adapters. That makes a good extender bit for the PowerPint. And in terms of the bits I carry for that, I already have a PH1 bit involved in the PowerPint. So to round that off, I have a PH2 and a PH3. Those are my Phillips head ones. I have a larger flathead, and this I use as a pry tool more than anything. This is going to get the top off any painting. So the PowerPint doesn't come with a convincing pry tool. I use this extended flathead. Then I have these 2 hexagonal bits, size 5 and 6. These are the most common ones for the IKEA furniture in my home, so they make it into the default pouch. And then for the 4mm adapter, I have a smaller flathead, a double-ended flathead bit here. So that is slightly smaller than the jeweler's driver, down to 1.5mm, and that's something like that's a 3.5mm. And also I have a PH0 and a PH00 Phillips head. So those are the default tools that I carry with me with my SOG PowerPint. implements here. They go into one of these small component bags that you get from AliExpress when you buy USB connectors. These things are worth keeping because it's good for keeping little bits of kit separate. So that goes here into my pouch. Powerpint goes into my jeans pocket, this goes into my shirt breast pocket, and that's my default carry. So that is my take on the SOG PowerPint, a great compact multi-tool at a really accessible price point, under $45 euros. And now that I've shown you just how easy it is to actually incorporate, thanks to this special gearing mechanism that it has, incorporate T-shank blades and implements, I hope you realize that this is even better for your use case. What totally gets me is that I can buy from a shop just down the road for under €2 or $3, 5 precision wood blades, and then incorporate them for this. For me, that blows me away. Scalpel holder is great. Diamond file, yeah, nice to have as well. But wood jigsaw blades, that just opens this right up for camping, pottling around in the garden. It just adds a whole new lease of life to the SOG PowerPint. Like the other implements that I was mentioning, the scalpel holder and that bigger saw and whatever, they're available as a pack on www.byberrytools.com. I will put up an image for that, and that's for $23.99. Sorry, $23.99. The same pack, which includes the diamond file, which includes the nice big saw and the scalpel holder, is available on European Amazon, not American. On Amazon.es, for example, it's there for €19.99. So yeah, so thank you very much for your time. I hope you like and subscribe to the Clown's Pocket. I will be doing more videos, maybe not as long as this one, but I surprised myself by just how much I had to say on the topic of the PowerPint. Yeah, and I look forward to seeing you in 2026. And yeah, if you have any comments or any questions, then please just drop them in. And all the best for the new year, and happy holidays. Thanks for your time. Bye.